Just a few games in the new year, Doris. How important is it for a team to start off strong?
I think, BA, it's hugely important. What we've learned historically is that the first 20 games are a good indicator for success. And obviously, if you're younger, can your confidence waver if you get off to a tough start? Veterans can absorb it a little bit better. But to me, those first 20 games, big time important.
A look at the opening lineup for the Orlando Magic. Jalen Suggs out there with Franz Wagner. Then it's Goga Batadze. Then it's Paolo Banchero. And it's De Silva in at the 3, a small forward. Now here's Wagner. He played a great game against the Lakers. Suggs against Walker. Goes back up. The kick out to Banchero. Lets it go from deep. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
Tipped. Orlando has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
But think about this, BA. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan, letting him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Now here's Suggs to the inside. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
And this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
Turner, a screen on Suggs. Halliburton lets it fly. And he recovers it. Second chance shot. Turner passes to Halliburton. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, this is how impactful Matthew can be in close. He loves jamming it home.
Banchero outside. Doubled by Siakam. Suggs with it, and Walker picks him up defensively. 4-3. Suggs, no good. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. The definition of a stretch 5, Doris. Miles Turner. He's led the league in blocks, and he can hit a 3.
It's such a valuable asset for this basketball team. When Turner is on the floor, you've got to be aware of where he is in range, and then Miles is going to protect the rim with the absolute best of them.
Now here's Walker. And the jam by Walker.
I mean, what an acrobatic move. Walker just leaving them speechless.
Pass to De Silva. Mathurin against Suggs. Now Banchero. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015 for much of his career with the team. He's endured the trade rumors. He said, I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy. And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Brian, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you. Clock at 6. Puts it up. And it's Wagner missing. The Pacers have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Offensive rebound. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, you love the relentless energy from Siakam. It's sort of a staple of his game. Gets to the offensive glass there.
Suggs with the bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Batadze. Still no points. Banked it in off the glass.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
outside Matherin. Wagner with a steal. Here's Suggs. It's rebounded by Pascal Siakam.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Gets the 3-ball to go.
No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
Suggs surveys the D. From outside the arc. Sinks the tray. Suggs has got 5 points.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And it's good for 2.
This is how Walker likes to play. He invites contact and he dishes it out.
Wagner against Walker. Banchero the screen. Launches a 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance.
Paolo Banchero getting it done for Orlando. He dropped 3 threes in that quarter. They haven't found an answer for him yet. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Orlando?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton runs point with Matherin flanking him. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for the Pacers. Back to Suggs. Wagner outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Batadze, and that one is hammered home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. Give him 8 points now.
Well, you can see he is not shy from range, and Pascal Siakam continues to work on his consistency. They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Wagner with a screen on Siakam.
Well, there's tremendous defensive versatility with Pascal Siakam. He's got reach, he's got length, he's got timing, and he's got quickness.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Orlando shooting their first free throws here tonight, and he makes a first. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
The 3 from Banchero. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 5. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Halliburton finds Siakam. Back to Halliburton. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
A remarkable three-point shooter out of the gates in his NBA career, Tyrese Halliburton. Let him hear you.
Suggs, the pass to Batadze. Now Wagner. Walker covering. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Walker, a screen on Suggs. Siakam outside. Walker for 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Siakam. Siakam's got 3 assists now in this one. Siakam against Banchero. Shoots over Siakam. And Carroll missing again.
He's fallen into a bit of a slump this quarter. How quickly things can turn.
And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
Siakam, the pass to Mathurin. Siakam with a screen on Wagner. Here's Mathurin. Outside for Halliburton.
Orlando foul.
Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defense is to disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
And both free throws good for Walker. One thing about the Pacers, Doris, they can flat out score the basketball.
It is incredible to me, B.A., how infrequently the ball sticks. They play fast, whether in transition or in the half court. They make defenses work.
And Carroll with it, picked up by Mathurin. Here's De Silva. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Magic lead by 4.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Outside for Halliburton. Tyrese playing big in the painted area.
He's so disciplined as a playmaker. Tyrese Halliburton sees what's happening. Is just going to take the opportunity.
Suggs. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
We're talking about a guard who's got some bounce. Tyrese Halliburton with the hops.
Pass to Banchero. Here's De Silva. Wagner outside. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
I tell you, don't be surprised when Franz Wagner gets up above the rim and finishes. This guy loves to attack the basket.
Now here's Mathurin. Siakam outside. Back to Mathurin. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Turner from behind the arc. Can't get it to drop. He gets it up. It's not going to go for him. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't led. And moving on here. That does it for halftime.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paolo Banchero with a strong contribution so far in this one.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
On the court for the Magic, Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope out there with Anthony. And it's Houston in at the 3 slot. Now Anthony. On the wing, Caldwell-Pope. Here's Isaac. Houston passes to Carter. Second chance effort. And Anthony with the lay-in.
Oh, Cole Anthony not afraid to mix it up on the interior. Good finish.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. Here's Isaac, and And the dunk by Isaac.
Well, there's tremendous length with Jonathan Isaac. How about the ability to finish with authority? Go ahead, young sir.
And the slam dunk by Toppin.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. And certain guys are just solid with what they do. Doris, I think that applies to Andrew Nembhard.
Yeah, I think it does, B.A., because whenever he's out there, there's the steady presence he brings. And that is while competing at a high level on the defensive end. His competitive toughness might be his best attribute.
Anthony against Bryant. Pass to Isaac. Stolen by Bryant. Oh, and the fast break for the Pacers. Trips down the breakaway slam.
Well, excellent concentration from Bryant on the offensive end, actively looking for ways to facilitate for his team. There's a little bit of leaping ability and much anticipation on the alley-oop. Jonathan Isaac, salute.
Nembhard outside. No good on the three.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And as he's gotten more comfortable in the league, Carter Jr.'s assist numbers have gone up, a sign the game is slowing down for him.
Here's Shepard. Got a hand on it.
Pacers foul. Thomas Bryant.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
First team foul.
Black's checked in for Orlando.
Number 0, Anthony Black.
Here's Isaac. This one for three. And Bryant pulls it down.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
The shot by Nembhard, no good. Orlando leading by 7. Caldwell Pope for three. And the three-pointer goes. Caldwell Pope's got 6 here in the quarter.
Boy, what a great find by Carter Jr. Not a ball-stopping big man. You gotta love it.
To stop the run. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant. But even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
On the wing, Caldwell Pope. He's guarded by Nembhard. Here's Black. And a miss there on the triple. Pacers trail by 8. Nembhard left side. They set the pick. Pass to Nesmith. Orlando with the rebound. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's the 2K leaderboard showing the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Orlando in 2nd, the Pacers 4th.
Here you have 2 offenses that feasted off turnovers. Every opponent was a little nervous with the ball around them.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
And here's Shepard for 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Isaac's got 4 rebounds in the game. Caldwell Pope for 3. Orlando again missing.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
First team foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
1 shot. Aaron Nesmith.
So Indiana ends up going with a new group. Pacers trail by 9. Halliburton right side. Halliburton using the vertical there.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Halliburton with the steal.
It would be smart to hold for the final shot.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance of momentum away from your opponent.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Suggs outside. with 1 on the clock. No good on the buzzer beater. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Halliburton runs point with Matherin flanking him. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Banchero with a screen on Matherin. The kick out to Banchero. 6 to shoot. From distance, Paolo.
I mean, it's incredible. Banchero can be so dominant. A young player with such a promising future.
Up top, Walker. The jam by Walker.
And you can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And a smart feed from Suggs. The defense making it easy, leaving his teammate open.
Halliburton, the pass to Walker. And here's Siakam. 3-pointer. Knocks it down from distance.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Siakam against Banchero. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation.
And the playmaking skills Banchero has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
Matherin passes to Siakam. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
Yeah, and if he can stay hot from out there, his 3-point shot could be the tool they use to win this game.
Here's Wagner. Another shot. Banchero against Siakam. Banchero in the post. Indiana with a rebound.
They've been grabbing rebounds all game long.
Drills it from deep. And now just a 1-point Orlando lead.
You're talking about a sensational athlete. Matherin is so tough in transition.
The 3. Banchero no good.
Orlando foul.
All right, guys, the stats here, the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
What stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
Kicks it out to Siakam to take the lead. Now here's Walker. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Batadze. Batadze's got 4 rebounds now. Banchero outside. Pass to Wagner. There's a minute 54 left to play in the fourth. And the shot goes.
Don't you love that a young player like Franz Wagner so willing to deliver in the clutch?
Halliburton, pass to Turner. It's tipped and stolen by Suggs. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Batadze, and the layup is good off the glass.
Assisted by.
And now it's a 4-point Orlando lead.
And this is not the time to be giving up turnovers. Those points could end up being a deciding factor in this game.
Walker finds Halliburton. Outside Matherin. The 3. Yes! Great play by Walker to set it up.
This is what the team likes about Matherin. He's calm and cool when they need him to step up.
Suggs against Halliburton. Suggs outside. Pass to Banchero. Magic need to put one up here. Shoots. They get the rebound. Batadze. Banchero right side. Here's De Silva. Offline with a three. Outside Walker. Pass to Matherin.
It falls! Big time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
The kick out to Banchero. And it's off from three-point range. Indiana on offense. Here's Halliburton. Money!
Oh, big-time pivotal bucket, Tyrese Halliburton. We see you.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
Wagner's checked in for Orlando. Caldwell Pope comes in for Suggs. Walker finds Halliburton. Back to Walker. Oh, he nails it!
What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
And so it's the Pacers who come out on top here. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Dorisburg, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. So long, everybody.
Here we are. Greg, in game one of the NBA season. How does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. All out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Booz Ellis in at the small forward. Now, here's Halliburton. The three is good, and he got fouled in the act of shooting. This could turn into a 4-point play.
Boy, the strength that Turner has added to his body on display there. Stayed composed and got it up and down through the contact.
Last season, Miles Turner became the Pacers' all-time leader in block shots.
That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider some of the Pacers who've played there historically. Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smith, Roy Hibbert. Come on now. Great work by Miles Turner. So we need to give him his flowers now, and I think he's going to continue to add to that shot block total.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. And a wide-open look for Mathurin. That ball, nice speed that time from Turner.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Walker against Williams. And Vucevic kicks to Williams. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game.
Come get it, come get it.
Siakam against Williams. Off target from 3-point range. Bulls still looking like they're getting going. 6-point game. Back to Ball. From past the arc. And the Bulls with another miss. The Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Mathurin, good. Mathurin's got 5.
The size and quickness of Mathurin is a deadly combination.
To stop the run. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Ball.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Halliburton kicks to Turner. A 3. It's rebounded by Giddey. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And then Booz Ellis with the dunk.
A pass-first point guard, Lonzo Ball, is very consistent and looking to get his teammates involved.
Mark, these Indiana Pacers will play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers, and they do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
Now, here's Vucevic. Last game he had 13. Here's Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
The Pacers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Halliburton for 3. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And watch Siakam just spring up for those offensive boards. Athletic ability gets him to the ball so fast.
Williams, a screen on Halliburton. Ball slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And so it's Indiana with it. The Bulls getting the bucket. Walker with a clean look. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammates.
Ball against Halliburton. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Just careless. No other way to describe it to start the game. That's already his 3rd miscue.
Well, I think he can actually execute better if he simplifies things and just stays with the game plan. So far, the execution's been poor.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. Now, here is Halliburton. A tremendous game he played against Minnesota. And now Williams running the floor all by himself. Pacers leading by 6. Turner with it. Defended by Giddey. And they're moving it up. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Bulls shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. And that one falls for Williams.
Patrick Williams, 2 shots.
He's off on the second. The Pacers have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Walker's shot is off. And it's sent back by Turner. And they'll get another chance. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Giddey. Benedict Mathurin has been leading the charge for the Pacers. He notched 8 points. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from 3-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
On the court right now, 2nd quarter for the Bulls. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Josh Giddey is out there with ball. And it's Booz Ellis in at the small forward. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against Minnesota. Outside Mathurin. Indiana moving the ball away. Offline with his 3. Bulls trail by 6. Driving the lane. And then Booz Ellis with the dunk.
Look at the moves from Buzelis. The big fella showing great quickness on the attack.
And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
Booz Ellis, no one around him. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Siakam passes to Turner. Walker against Ball, and Walker kicks to Siakam. Pass to Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. It's all in by the Bulls.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Williams with the ball. Ball feeling it out a bit. And Ball and slams it in.
Oh, you can't let ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that far inside, he's ready for the throwdown.
Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the Nuggets. And a wide open look for Siakam. And Indiana, another three.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Turner inside. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
It's stolen by Vucevic.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
And Giddey gets it to go.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
2 points. That one goes. Siakam's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Pacers. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
There's the triple. And no good that time. Indiana lead by 6. And it's Halliburton penetrating. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Great speed displayed that time by Tyrese Halliburton. Went right to the rack when he saw the gap in the defense.
And it's in there. Giddey's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And Vucevic kicks to Williams. 43 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Buzelis. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And it's Vucevic missing. And Walker's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. 6-point lead. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home.
This shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The shot by Buzelis, no good. Indiana's gone 4-7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. Mathurin finds Halliburton. Out to Turner. Siakam inside the 3-point line. And so it's the Indiana Pacers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
The Pistons came out on top against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Sort of painful to watch, like Kenny Suits, but they were steamrolling, not letting up.
And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Indiana Pacers.
They've been...
And that is it for halftime, folks.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Nice game. Great performance by Benedict Mathurin.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
They've got Andrew Nembhard. Ryan is out there with Obi Toppin. Then there's Shepard, and it's Neesmith in at the 3. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. There's the goal on Kevin Huerter. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
It's Nembhard on the wing. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And with their offensive firepower, have the Pacers' Clark maxed out at that end of the floor?
There's still a lot of room for this team to grow offensively, Kevin. A low rate of free throws is something they can improve on. And a relatively low rate of threes and offensive boards, those are areas that can get better. I think there's another level they have to reach yet.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Bryant on the foul. And the Pacers lead by 4.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
Outside, White. Smith outside. Back to White. And it's Smith missing. Pacers leading by 4. Here's Nesmith. And Nembhard has it in the corner. Back to Nesmith. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And Clark, as we watch Aaron Nesmith, he was such a great shooter in college, and it took him a while to find his stroke in the NBA.
And you know what, Kevin, nothing really surprising about that. Most players struggle to find their game in the NBA, to find their role in the NBA. But Nesmith, he's found his rhythm and his role, and he clearly is dangerous from behind the arc.
Out to Smith. And they cash in right away with a quick shot.
Plays with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Smith wants to make the defense work.
Here's Shepard. Pass to Nembhard. Shoots over Dosunmu. A nice shot by Nesmith. Nesmith has got the lead up to 10 now for the Pacers.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Now, here's Dosunmu. Nembhard covering. 4 on the clock. Here's White. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Mark, when you think of siblings who have played in the NBA, the Lopez brothers, and now the Toppin brothers come to mind.
Can only imagine how cool a feeling that is to be able to play in the NBA with your brother. It's a dream come true for anybody to get to the highest level of pro basketball. And then to have a couple of players from the same family doing it together? Come on, man. Doesn't get any better than that.
A minute 50 left here in the third quarter. Here's Toppin. Rebound by the Bulls. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. From deep, Collins nailed from three-point land. Collins has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the Pete Bowl. Toppin. Pass to Nesmith. 1:22 left in the third quarter. Misses from short range. Bulls trail by 9. To the paint. Oh, and here we go with Collins. Nobody back.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose, an MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been there.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. Pacers leading by 6. All sorts of time. A nice shot by Neesmith. 8 points for Aaron Neesmith.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Light a screen. Now here's Dosunmu. He's guarded closely. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Shepard. Out to the right wing. For the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here's Dosunmu. Amard covering. And here is Dosunmu. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Indiana Pacers with their lead standing at 6. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Taking a look at the Bulls. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. All out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Booz Ellis in at the 3 spot. A nice shot by Halliburton.
Halliburton's quickness and agility really makes him hard to deal with, especially when he's in close like that.
Over to the wing. Back to Giddey. Booz Ellis sets a screen for Giddey. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Halliburton passes to Siakam. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Thursday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Saturday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And you know for that matchup with Oklahoma City, that's one to watch for. 4th contest of this brand new NBA season. Interested in how those teams match up in the early part of this year.
Halliburton is just one of those young guys that has a really well-rounded game. Makes shots pretty much from anywhere on the floor.
Mathurin against Giddey. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And then Booz Ellis with the dunk.
And how about the patience from Booz Ellis and the body control? He doesn't rush through that play.
And Walker kicks to Halliburton. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Halliburton's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Here's Ball. The rebound by Halliburton.
You know, the scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
The shot by Turner, no good. Bulls trail by 7. Booz Ellis with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam. Now here's Giddey. Ball, the bounce pass. Vucevic with the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Out to Turner. Lots of room. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Beautiful looking jump shot by Turner. He isn't shy about rising up from that.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Booz Ellis, and then Booz Ellis with the dunk.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Giddy, no one around him. Buries the long-range jumper.
Stone cold stuff there from Josh Giddy. Big time shot in the moment.
Walker is screen on Giddy. Mathurin passes to Walker. Back to Mathurin. Lets the three fly. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Pacers lead by 5.
And wow, Mathurin, the youngster, making his presence known.
Ball dishes to Williams. Ball against Walker. And it's Ball penetrating. And Ball slams it in.
And Ball is one of those guys, he wants to rock in his hand in these key situations because his teammates expect him to deliver, and he knows that he can.
Great open look there.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, those hot streaks guys don't last minutes, they last days.
Halliburton against Ball. Williams sends a screen for Ball. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Indiana leading by 6. Walker taking his time here. Outside Mathurin. Outside Turner on the strike. And Vucevic pulls it down.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. And a fast break now. The Pacers. Halliburton kicks to Siakam. And out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover. And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Mathurin. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams with the steal. Oh, here comes Williams all alone. Yes!
In a game this close, this late, that kind of D is clutch.
It is. And then, Greg, to go in for the flush. That could be a backbreaker.
Well, you know, it certainly swings the energy and the momentum in one team's favor. That's basically a 4 or 5 point swing, which is huge.
Good. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And what's their best move at this point?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg.
tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Ball is out there with Josh Giddey, and it's Buzelis in at small forward. Out of bounds, Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession. Here's Vucevic. Here's Suggs. Here's Batase, and he goes in for the dunk.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Here's Williams. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
Wagner outside. Pass to Batase. Back to Wagner. Batase with a screen. And it's Wagner off the drive.
The slashing Wagner, so adept at carving his way inside.
The Bulls have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled into every crowd.
Here's Buzelis. Blocked again! Suggs, left side. Going inside. Ooh, it's stolen away. Williams on the wing. There's the three. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, something Giddey has always done well is share the ball. Tough to miss that wide open man.
Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And Chicago has possession. Following the bucket by the Magic. The three from Ball. Another three for Chicago.
This is why Ball takes a good amount of threes, because he's very accurate and confident from there.
Suggs outside. Pure from three-point range. Suggs has got 5 now.
Wow, now this is how you want to start your games. Flawless shooting so far.
Ball taking his time here. Pass to Vucevic. Pulls it. De Silva with the rebound.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. And it's Giddey missing.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A minute 53 left in the first quarter here. Suggs against Vucevic. Chicago with a rebound. Their last encounter in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
Yeah, they barely got by this team in the last meeting. Rebounding was the big factor.
The kick out to Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Clock at 6. Vucevic with it. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Banchero. RJ, when you talk about Vucevic, is he the best NBA player ever to come from Switzerland?
There's an argument to be made. He has the most points by any Swiss-born player by far, and the only All-Star game appearances.
Here's Ball. Orlando making their last shot. Pass to Vucevic. Outside, Williams. Fires from deep. No good there. Orlando leading by 5. Banchero surveys. Ball against Suggs. Here's Batase. Shoots over Vucevic. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Orlando shooting their first free throws tonight, and he knocks down the first one. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Bulls trail by 6. To get back on track, and Ball throws it down.
Turning on the Jets in transition. Ball, excellent job at getting to the right spots in these situations.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Suggs against Ball. It's Suggs with a drive. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Now here's Ball. He's got 5. Lets the 3 fly. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we've reached the end of the first. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the magic here in this one?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Josh Giddey out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the 3.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Pass to Williams. Orlando with the rebound. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Hornets at Spectrum Center in Charlotte. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just 1 game. Now here's Wagner. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Outside Giddey. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Ball. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you. I'd like to call a little attention to Ball's determination, both on and off the court. You throw a challenge at him, and he will do everything in his power to overcome it.
And that one drops.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Banchero against Williams. Banchero in the post. Williams grabs the board. The Bulls trail by 4. Pass to Buzelis. The shake. Misses again. Now 0 for 3. For Orlando, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Here's Batase. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Wagner's checked in for Orlando. He drops it from range.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Giddey with it. Now guarded by Suggs. Pass to Buzelis. Now Williams. 4 on the clock. Lets it go. This shot by Buzelis no good.
I think the defender really affected that shot.
And you look at Matas Buzelis. Oh, it's Banchero going up top.
I mean, did you see the strength and force? I mean, that's what puts Banchero ahead.
Ball passes to Vucevic. Now here's Williams. Vucevic, a screen on Banchero. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Banchero. Magic leading by 9. Wagner outside. Pass to Banchero. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. Banchero's gone 1 for 3 on the night. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Ball. Williams has got 5 points.
Such a good facilitator. Ball has nice touch on that pass.
And here's Wagner. Uncovered. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now. Giddey finds Ball. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
This is the smart play by Ball, staying committed even while getting fouled.
And so Ball nails both of them.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Suggs, the pass to Wagner. And that one is stopped right through.
Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Orlando making a switch here. Black's checked in. Tries a 3 off the inbound. It's hauled in by the Bulls. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. Right wing. Vucevic, a screen on Wagner. Here's Giddey. Williams on the wing. 5 to shoot.
I have to admit, it's always a tough decision for the ref on a block charge call.
These are his first free throws of the game. First one falls for him.
At the line for the Bulls,
he does not get the second one. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Pass to Black. Wagner with a screen. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Magic leading by 6. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Banchero. Now Wagner. Lays it up and banks it in. Wagner's got 7 points for the quarter.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's Williams. Great D that time from Banchero. And so it's Orlando up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Take a look at Orlando. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason. Yeah, you have big change.
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Magic.
As a team, you love a night like that.
And that is going to do it.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
They've got Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Wagner, and it's Houston in at the 3 spot. So that's who Jamal Mosley starts the second half with. Well, Richard, during his 5th year in the NBA, Kobe White had a break. Okay, knockout!
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Orlando leading by 6. Pass to Houston. Here's Wagner. Here's Houston. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And here's Dosunmu from the arc. Sinks it from distance. Dosunmu's got 5 now.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Here's Houston, still without a bucket. Pass to Wagner. Kicks it out to Isaac. And the dunk by Isaac.
And that was a big man play by Isaac, going in with intention and dunking it.
White against Anthony. And it's Cole Anthony with a foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Howard's checked in for Orlando.
Number 13, Jet Howard.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Dosunmu, the pass to Collins. Out to the right wing. Releases. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Oh, coming out hot, hot. 4 out of 4 for the field. Okay.
Herder against Howard. Takes a 3. Hits the three-pointer. And the Magic lead by 6.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
White looking it over. And he makes it. White's got his second bucket on the night.
After a poor offensive first half, some nice adjustments made by this staff, and their shooting percentage is climbing.
Isaac out to Anthony. Outside, Caldwell Pope. 6 on the shot clock. He takes it in. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Now here's White. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Herder passes to Collins.
2 minutes.
Shoots over Isaac. It's rebounded by Wagner. Wagner's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
The offensive rebound. Isaac finds Wagner. Now here's Caldwell Pope. Howard, the screen. Isaac, the pass to Anthony. The Magic need to put one up here. Isaac's shot is off. Bulls trail by 6. Here's Herder. It's hauled in by Isaac.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Wagner, the pass to Howard. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Back to Smith. Pass to Dosunmu. Picked by Smith. Takes the 3. And Dosunmu with the 3. Dosunmu's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's never going to pass up that shot. The defense giving him way too much room.
Anthony against White. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Offensive rebound. Wagner, right side. Pass to Anthony. Back to Wagner. Over Smith. And Wagner gets it to go. Wagner's got 9.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Outside White. Collins a screen. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Bulls from deep. 11 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Wagner for three. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. 3 quarters of play and a close one. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Josh Giddey out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the small forward position.
The drive and the finish. Giddey's concentration on these physical takes is superb.
Suggs against Ball. Suggs with the bucket. And the Magic lead by 2.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Outside, Williams. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Williams. Vucevic with it. Vucevic, a screen on Suggs. Back to Vucevic to take the lead. Knocks down the triple. Vucevic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots. Well, he just hasn't found his rhythm tonight, partly because he's gotten fewer touches.
Now here's Ball. Outside Giddey. Fires the 3. They get it again. Williams finds Vucevic. Outside, Williams. Pass to Buzelis. And he drives in. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Looking agile on the attack, it's so good to see Buzelis taking the initiative on offense and capitalizing. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And so here is Chicago after the basket by Orlando. There's Ball with a 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Down low. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
I like their approach here. Suggs really makes the effort to get his guys set up well.
Pass to Williams. Wagner against Giddey. They set a pick. Buries it down low. And the Bulls lead by 1.
When his team needs him, Giddey steps up. And you love to see a guy with that kind of fire.
Suggs surveys the D. Here's De Silva. Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Banchero. Lets it go from deep. From distance. Paolo.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Giddey against Wagner. 1:49 left in the final quarter. Back to Giddey. 3-pointer. De Silva with the rebound. The Magic have gotten 4 or 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Out to the right wing. Suggs against Ball. Suggs, the pass to Wagner. Now Banchero. Boom! Banchero!
Oh, no holding back from Banchero. He wants this team to be able to rely on him in these type of moments. Late game pressure, no problem. Not a factor in Giddey's concentration.
Wagner, the pass to Batadze. Here's Suggs. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
his back. I love seeing Suggs take charge like this.
Suggs against ball. Pass to Vucevic. And the three off target.
Questionable shot selection on that three. Not really helping as they try and narrow the deficit.
Over to the left wing. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That'll get him his fourth foul of the game.
First team foul.
Banchero outside. Pass to Wagner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Suggs, pounded by Ball. Here's Wagner. And another basket for Orlando.
And look at Franz Wagner, proving he can deliver down the stretch.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Vucevic finds Kitty. The three ball. It's rebounded by Banchero. Wagner outside. So the Magic win it. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for
best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot.
Well, that's just the physicality from Suggs, fighting off defenders in close.
Here's Halliburton. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Now, let's go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jamal Mosley.
Now, in talking about Tyrese Halliburton, I wanted to know about the strategy for him out there. Coach said Halliburton is so quick and such a deft ball handler. I think it just comes down to keeping up with him, matching his pace, not letting him get one step ahead. So, that's the game plan. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Walker. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. Traps in the tray.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
Such a wide open look. Banchero's got 5 now.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And Orlando making a change here. Bitance's checked in. Suggs against Halliburton. And here is Suggs. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Banchero missing. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skills?
Well, Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates.
Wow, what a great athlete.
You aren't kidding.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And a wide open look for Walker, and the Pacers another 3.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammates.
Pass to De Silva. Here's the screen. Lets it go with the 3. The rebound by Turner. Indiana leading. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Here's Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Siakam's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, and they made him work for it, but Siakam knows how to finish strong inside.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
We've got 1:48 left here in the first quarter. Wagner from long range. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And finished off by Siakam.
Oh, nice timing on the alley-oop. This is the chemistry Siakam has with his teammates.
Here's Banchero. No good off the back of the rim. Pacers leading by 6. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Working his way from scout to head coach, Jamal Mosley was a longtime assistant under Rick Carlin. He has paid his dues, Coach.
Yeah, and Kevin, I really admire the guys that put in the time, as you say, pay their dues and get themselves ready for when they get the opportunity. There's a lot of outstanding younger coaches in this league, and Jamal Mosley's as good as any of them.
Yep, I would agree. And here is Suggs. After Miles Turner was able to get the triple. Suggs kicks to Banchero. It's deflected and stolen by Siakam. Walker against Banchero. Siakam outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Walker. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the
Indiana shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
So valuable to this team. Halliburton gives them whatever they need when they need it. This guy is both patient and prolific.
Walker a screen. Halliburton passes to Walker. 1 second left.
There will be 2 minutes to review.
You know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this. Still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
And so it's Indiana in the driver's seat, up. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. Suggs dishes to Banchero. Hands it from downtown. Banchero's got 10 points.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Halliburton kicks to Siakam. Back to Halliburton. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Turner comes with the double team, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
Over in the corner, Mathurin. And Indiana, another 3.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Walker in the post. Rebound by the Magic.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Wagner wide open. A three-pointer, no good. Pacers leading by 12. Here's Siakam. The kick out to Walker. Siakam a screen on Banchero. And Walker throws it down.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those bucks over here.
Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there are so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double team him, send the second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Halliburton deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. There's Walker with the 3. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
For 3, Siakam. Rebound by the Magic. We've got 1:13 left in the first half of basketball. Wagner kicks to Banchero. The rebound by Halliburton. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Suggs with the steal. Pass to Banchero. Here's De Silva. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And for his position, Banchero, great vision and willingness to make the extra pass.
Halliburton on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. Here's Mathurin. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Halliburton with the steal.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Up and in on the layup. And it's 8 points for Tyrese Halliburton.
An effortless finish from Halliburton. The defense has to be more aware down low.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Caldwell Pope.
Now Halliburton. His last outing, he had 24 points. Mathurin for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Mathurin's got 6 in the quarter.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Pacers lead by 19. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Taking a look here now at the Magic. I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good, I'd be dominating down low.
Now let's take some time to talk about our game and Pascal Siakam. He had a half to remember.
Siakam.
And that about wraps it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Pascal Siakam in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
You got Caldwell Pope. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Mo Wagner. Then there's Howard. And it's Anthony in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Jamal Mosley. Here's Wagner. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Yeah, very physical play by Wagner, who still manages to get the attempt off while being fouled.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, has really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round, but it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Latrey connects from 3-point range. Wagner's got 6.
Wagner stretching it out. We don't see him take many shots out there.
Nemhard finds Neesmith. He gets it in there. And the Pacers lead by 15.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been awesome.
Caldwell Pope is one of those guys who just loves to come after you.
Here's Shepard. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Shepard, that's good. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Isaac with the ball. Picked up by Bryant. In the last few decades, we've seen the three become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is. And teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the three spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the three is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they move it, maneuver that a little bit?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner three.
Anthony can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Shepard, covered by Anthony. Pass to Toppin. Just 5 to shoot. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Pacers leading by 15. So, Stan, we watched Kentavious Caldwell Pope's career, and he's played for a handful of teams, and he's been a starter on multiple title teams, including the 2020 LA Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, I loved coaching him. This guy is a hard worker. He's one of the best conditioned athletes in the league. His stamina is incredible. He knocks down threes. It's not a coincidence that he's been on championship teams in 2 different cities.
Amazing. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Howard setting the pick for Caldwell Pope. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Nice handoff by Caldwell Pope, making a well-timed pass.
Here's Shepard. Pass to Toppin. Isaac with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Here's Caldwell Pope. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Caldwell Pope's got 4 this quarter.
Caldwell Pope is a well-practiced shooter. Once the ball is in his hands, he's into his motion.
Nemhard, the pass to Toppin. Neesmith up top. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Howard finds Anthony. Isaac left side. Howard with a clean look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pacers leading by 13. Toppin passes to Neesmith. Three-pointer. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Magic have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And that one's good. Wagner.
And at 6'11", Wagner is a threat inside. Good to see him going up with confidence now.
Pass to Shepard. Now Nemhard. No good with the triple. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Wagner outside. Lobs it up for Anthony. Isaac passes to Wagner. Over Neesmith. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Pass to Nemhard. It's tipped. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Got it off in time. The shot missing. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pacers. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Pacers leading by 11. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And denied at the rim, but they call the foul. Whistle blows, and we'll see him shoot 2 from the line.
I'm just so impressed with Siakam's offensive improvement over the years. I mean, he's mastering the ability to play in attack mode.
You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
And the shot goes in from Siakam.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Orlando moving the ball around. De Silva, a three-pointer off the mark. Pacers leading by 11, and a wide-open look for Mathurin. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
You gotta love this guy's confidence. Mathurin wasting no time firing away.
Banchero kicks to Wagner. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Wagner's got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Mathurin. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And it's Wagner missing. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic. And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Goga Bitadze is checked in for Orlando.
Now into the lineup for your Magic, number 35. Goga
Here's Suggs. The Pacers pull it in. Turner's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. The Magic trail by 15. It's tipped. Stolen by Walker. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the in the air and down hard. Woo!
Oh, stop.
Took him no time at all on that one. Banchero's got 5 points now this quarter.
And Banchero is putting it all together, capable of scoring from all 3 levels.
The drive by Siakam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Pacers leading by 16.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Indiana.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Pascal Siakam.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Shots good by Walker. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Pacers?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Mathurin passes to Siakam. This one for three. Pass to Halliburton. There's the three. Siakam misses. Banchero outside to end the run, and finished off by Banchero.
And once Banchero gets going, boy, it's hard to stop him. Given his size and speed, he's going to be a handful.
Siakam, good.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
Yeah, a loss stings a little less if you at least feel like you put up a fight, but only a little less.
Siakam passes to Mathurin, and the Pacers another three.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just complete.
Nothing quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
You know, B.A., for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
And now the Indiana Pacers starters. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton runs point with Mathurin flanking him. And it's Walker in at the 3. Ball on the take, and down it goes. 2 points.
And I like the mix of power and agility Ball uses inside. One way or another, he's going to get a shot.
Pass to Walker. Here's Halliburton. Back to Walker. The 3 is up. Chicago with a rebound. They came away with a victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
They came away with an easy win last time, due in large part to their work on the glass.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
And here's Mathurin. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me. I asked Coach what his plan was for trying to slow down Pascal Siakam, and he said to make him into a jump shooter. He does the most damage around the rim, so we want to force him out on the perimeter whenever possible. It's not an easy task by any means. We'll see if they're able to do this. Back to you guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. 5 on the clock. There's Ball with a 3. Bulls keep it alive. Here's Giddey. The rebound by Turner.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Here's Mathurin. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Not exactly what they're looking for out of the gates. Just 1 of 4 shooting.
Ball outside. Pass to Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Vucevic knows who he is. This guy is a close scorer, legit threat to finish it with authority.
And then Turner with the dunk.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. All right, Doris, where do you think Halliburton ranks among the NBA's best point guards?
Well, he's certainly got to be near the top of the list. Number 1, his vision is absolutely tremendous. He can create on the fly. As importantly to me, it's his spirit and presence, the joy he brings to the game. Well, you can see he is not shy from range, and Pascal Siakam continues to work on his consistency.
Williams, a screen on Halliburton. Here's Ball. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Ball's gotten his second bucket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Vucevic. 13 points in the win against Denver.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Bulls.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Chicago trailing here. Here's Buzelis. He had 10 points in the win against Denver.
And he really contributed on defense. Brought the intimidation with 2 big blocks. They're putting it on the deck. Wow, Buzelis is just dangerous on the move.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. 3-pointer. They get it again, and the call will be against Benedict Mathurin. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Ball.
What you know is Tyrese Halliburton is going to give you a day's work on the defensive end. This guy is so good at contesting without fouling.
Three-pointer, Vucevic gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Great positioning on the putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. Ball passes to Williams. It'll count. And that's not going to go. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
On the court for the Pacers, second quarter underway. Halliburton runs point with Mathurin flanking him. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Walker in at the 3 slot. Gives us a chance to catch up with Ali LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards, and you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Ali, he's certainly got the skill level. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Now here's Siakam. 6 points for him. Three-pointer Mathurin. Ball with the rebound. Chicago leading. Pass to Buzelis. Halliburton against Giddey. Picked by Vucevic. And it's Giddey off the drive. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
I tell you, if you give Josh Giddey a lane to the cup, look out. He knows how to finish.
To the paint. Here's Turner. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Buzelis. Ball outside. Pass to Buzelis. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek.
He shoots it. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Williams has gotten his first basket of the night. Halliburton against Ball for 3. Mathurin. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got his 3rd assist of the night. Ball outside. Vucevic, a screen on Halliburton. Here's Ball. Oh, and Turner with a block.
I tell you, you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
Yeah, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the 3-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Doris, no secret how talented the international players are in the NBA, especially those from Canada.
Yeah, we've seen a number of Canadians come in and have a high level of impact for their team. For Mathurin, think about his availability his rookie year, played in almost every game, and this guy is a legit scorer at this level.
2 minutes.
Here's Siakam. Can't tie it up. That one misses. The Bulls have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Buzelis. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Mathurin against Giddey. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Tyrese Halliburton.
What a up fake from Josh Giddey. Boy, that defender was guessing, and he guessed wrong.
Pacers trail by 4. Halliburton attacks. Yep, that one goes.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Pass to Williams. And here's Ball. Now Vucevic. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got his 4th assist with that last one. Halliburton up top, hounded by Ball. The kick out to Walker. Here's the 3. They get it back. Siakam outside. Halliburton for 3. And it's Chicago with a board.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
They get it back.
Using his size to full advantage. He beats everyone to the ball. Might be a good idea to run the clock. Hold it for the last shot.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Here's Halliburton. He picked up 24 points in their last win against Minnesota.
In total command of the offense. The passing was insane, especially when you consider how many points he put up.
Turner, no good. Got it up. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Chicago Bulls closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their play has earned them a rally as always. Thank you. We'll be right back to begin the 3rd quarter right after this.
They're not applying enough pressure offensively. Very little presence inside. Too much reliance on long jumpers.
And now let's take... And that'll do it for...
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Nikola Vucevic has been sensational.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Zach Collins out there with Smith. Then there's Kevin Huerter. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Dosunmu in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here in the second half. And now the Bulls in transition. The ball's knocked loose. Now the Pacers on the move. And here's Toppin from the arc. Pass to Nembhard. Outside Nesmith. For 3. Smith with the rebound.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
And Collins with the slam.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Nembhard, the pass to Nesmith. Up top, Nembhard. He's covered by Dosunmu from deep three-point land. And Indiana misses again.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Huerter from long range. Fires in the triple. Huerter's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Nesmith's shot is off. Bulls leading by 12. Dosunmu for 3. And Bryant pulls it down. The Pacers have gotten 0 shots to go out of 6 attempts. Back to Nembhard. And Jalen Smith gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. All right, Grant, do you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, B.A., it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
It's an even 3-on-3 break. And here's Shepard for three. Pass to Neesmith. Stolen by Collins. And now the Bulls in transition.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Back to Toppin. And there's the screen to the wing on the left. Here's Shepard. Collins defending. Will it go? And that's good. Shepard for three. Shepard's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. White looking it over. And he dunks it down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
2 minutes.
Here's Toppin. And there's the drive. And the slam dunk by Toppin.
My goodness, Toppin puts on a show. What a special dunker this guy is.
Dosunmu, the pass to Collins. Back to Dosunmu. Collins outside. Smith. It's good on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 13.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Pass to Neesmith. And the Pacers tack on two more. 1:14 left in the third quarter. White for three. The shot, no good. Pacers trail by 11. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there. All right, let's take a quick pause and look at the best shooting teams from last season. Indiana, number one.
Tremendous efficiency on offense. They were willing to put in their work to get great looks.
Outside Herter. Pass to White. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. And the shot's good.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Here's Neesmith. And the shot goes in.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Herter with it. Up top, White. That shot off. Oh, nice D from Neesmith. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Shepard. The floater. That one goes in. Shepard's got 5 points now this quarter. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Collins outside. Smith left side. Back to Collins. Shoots over Bryant. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Collins has got his second basket of the game. And so it's the Chicago Bulls closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And a look at the five for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton runs point with Matherin flanking him. And it's Walker in at the small forward.
Well, it's been early in his career, but Tyrese Halliburton has proven to be extremely dangerous from range.
Nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Chicago.
Well, the defense looks helpless trying to contain them in the open floor, and they've continued to exploit this advantage.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game.
Here's Halliburton. Shakes him. Tyrese playing big in the painted area.
Well, you have to understand how to score when you're in the paint and you are 6'5". Tyrese Halliburton, he knows the way.
Here's Ball. Oh, and Turner with a block. Outside Walker. Pass to Halliburton. Walker in the post. Williams defending. Siakam, the pass to Matherin. Shot clock at 5. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Siakam, no good.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Ball outside. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Count that one.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Oh, they get a hand on it. The three is up. That doesn't go either for Ball.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Here's Halliburton to the left side wing. Turner for 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3. It goes on Patrick Williams.
Well, Miles Turner understands how to use his size and length. Doesn't matter if he's blocking shots or going for his high release point jump shot.
And he nails the third. Chicago leading by 8. Ball looks over the floor. And he lobs it up.
As a passer, Ball has great fundamentals. His timing and accuracy are right on the money.
Here's Walker. Takes it inside. And the jam by Walker.
I mean, what an acrobatic move. Walker just leaving them speechless.
For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Here's Giddey. Got it. Good job at the low post. Pacers trail by 10. And here's Halliburton. The kick out to Walker. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. Halliburton's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Ball outside. Here's Buzelis. He's covered by Siakam. Vucevic, a screen on Siakam. Pass to Vucevic. Just 5 to shoot. Fires it. Indiana with a rebound. Turner's got 6 rebounds in the game. Now here's Halliburton. Hounded by Ball. Halliburton's shot is good. Halliburton's got 7 now in this quarter.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Pass to Ball. Giddey with a screen on Halliburton. It's Giddey on the wing. Lets a floater go. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
So there's that combination of size and quickness when we're talking about Josh Giddey. Hard to defend, makes the defender commit right there.
Josh Giddey taking 2.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Indiana has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Halliburton. Cash! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Fearless move by Tyrese Halliburton. The game is complete and the mind is ready.
Williams passes to Ball. Out to the wing. Vucevic finds Ball. Outside Giddey. 4-3. Here's Vucevic. And the bucket is good. And the Bulls lead by 7.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
The putback controls the rebound and the putback. There's 18 seconds left to play in the fourth. Ball outside. Pass to Giddey. So the Bulls winning. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
You get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they
out there with Paolo Banchero. Then there's Suggs. And it's Bitadze in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Bulls, Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Josh Giddey is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the 3, the small forward. Ball. And Ball stays with it. Ball's got the opening basket of the game for the Bulls.
Even before Lonzo filled into his frame, he had a gift for rebounding. And the stronger he gets, I think the more of those he's going to come up with.
And showing some terrific range. Coaching staffs, Clark, have certainly grown since your time in the league. Do you think that can lead to too many voices in the locker room?
I really don't think that's an issue, Kevin, because no matter how many coaches you have, typically they are all in sync, and the head coach has usually put his staff together, and therefore they're moving in the same direction.
Wagner passes to Bitadze. Over Giddey. The second chance effort kicks it out to Wagner. 6 to shoot. Howard with a screen on Giddey. Suggs, and Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Ball against Suggs. Left side, Ball. Pass to Buzelis. The rebound by Bitadze. Orlando, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
And Chicago has possession following the bucket by Orlando. And the shot goes in.
And how about the body control? Giddey refusing to let the defense alter that shot.
Howard setting the pick for Suggs. Pass to Howard. Jacks up a 3. It doesn't go for him. Bulls still looking like they're getting going. It's a 3-point game. Buzelis, no one around him. And it's all evened up.
Buzelis showing a little bit of everything with that quick release.
Stolen by Ball. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. Pass to Williams. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
2 minutes remaining.
It's Orlando again turning it over. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Now, Giddey. After Jalen Suggs missed from long range. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
Wagner from long range. Another miss by Orlando. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Their last encounter was in Orlando. They were able to handle the Magic.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
Here is Williams following the bucket by Orlando. Count it. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Giddey against Wagner. Pass to Suggs. Outside Howard. Rebounded by Vucevic. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Outside, Ball. 17 seconds left to play here in the first. The rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now Howard. And no good on the last second attempt this time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. All out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Ellis in at the 3. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Pass to Howard. Three-pointer. It's all in by the Bulls.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide-open look.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. Personal foul. That is his first foul of the game. On the wing, Giddey. He's defended by Wagner. Ellis sets a screen for Ball. Rebounded by Howard. Orlando leading. Tipped away. Stolen by Ball. Second shot opportunity. Ellis' shot is good. Ellis has got 7 points.
And we talk about how long Ellis is. There, he showcases it on the offensive glass.
Suggs kicks to Howard. No good on the triple.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. That combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Wagner, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Thursday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks.
And looking at the Toronto matchup, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Clark, I know you'd agree, Paolo Banchero has certainly lived up to the hype, being a #1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't do.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game. Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Ball feeling it out a bit. 3-pointers off the mark.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Tight handles by Suggs creates all the space he needs.
Here's Ball. Jalen Suggs making his last shot. 2 minutes. Ball against Suggs. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
13 foul.
To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 7.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now, here's Banchero. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And one of the most underrated bigs in the NBA, Vucevic quietly dominates on a consistent basis.
And the Magic making a change here. Black's checked in. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Wagner has screen on Williams. Banchero kicks to Wagner. Buries it from three-point range. And the Magic lead by 1.
The coaching staff encouraging Wagner to take these quick hitting shots. They think it helps his confidence moving forward.
Here's Ball. Orlando grabs the miss. Bitadze's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Wagner wide open. They get it back. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Buzelis with the ball, started by Howard. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Wagner against Giddey. Shoots over Wagner. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And Oklahoma City up on top against the Kings at Golden One Center. It's a 10-point lead as they make their way down the stretch. And talking about our game involving the Magic, not a lot of separation here at the half.
They've been choosy when hunting.
That'll do it for our show.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game, notable performance by Jalen Suggs.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And so in the game for the Magic, Wagner is out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Cole Anthony. And it's De Silva in at the 3. Now, here is Smith.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Wagner from long range. Good on the three-point shot. Wagner's got the lead up to 6 now for Orlando.
Shooting in rhythm. Wagner practices these shots all the time.
White the pass to Dosunmu. Fires the 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Anthony in the corner. It's stolen by Smith. And here is Dosunmu. No scoring in this one.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now, here's Isaac. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Here's De Silva. He's defended by Herter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Now here's White. Collins looking around. Pass to Dosunmu. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Herter. How he performed last season. Last year, averaged 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contribution.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Oh, tough play from White here. Hits the foul, but doesn't give up finishing what he started.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
Throughout his career, Clark, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has proven himself to be a quality player.
He certainly has, and I love the way he plays. He's locked in all the time at both ends. Really not only understands his role, Kevin, but embraces it. He's out there to space the floor with his shooting and then provide a lot of energy and versatility on defense.
Here are the Magic now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Isaac. Collins with some nice D. Bulls trail by 5. No one near Herter as he lets it fly. The long distance 3 is buried. Herter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. 13 foul.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Right wing. Here's De Silva. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. And the Magic lead by 4.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player. It's Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
On the wing, Dosunmu. Still yet to score. Chalk up 2 there.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Isaac after the Bulls pick up 2. Wagner outside. Drills the three-pointer. Wagner's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Orlando. Now here's Dosunmu with the drive, and it's Dosunmu with the jam.
That's an amazing play down in the big boy area, powering that thing down on a much taller defender.
Bulls trail by 3. And that's a foul. It's called on Cole Anthony. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Collins against Isaac. Collins, a screen on Caldwell Pope. And it's Dosunmu with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And Clark, Cole Anthony is some kind of scorer when he gets hot.
Yeah, he's really special when he gets it going. He can beat you by himself. That's how good he is. He's a little mercurial, up and down, volatile a bit. But I tell you what, I like what he gives you when he's playing at his best.
Now here's Herter. And he hits it to tie the game up. Herter's got 6 in the quarter.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up. Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him, and this came up short on the triple.
That shot off the mark. Here's Caldwell Pope, and there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. Orlando shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Magic out in front. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Josh Giddey is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Booz Ellis in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Franz Wagner. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Magic.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance. And the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
And this is a guy who is really comfortable with the ball in his hands. Suggs so dangerous in the pick and roll.
Giddey sets the pick for Ball. The rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the right side. Out of bounds, Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Howard, the pass to Bitadze. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Pocket 2. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. A 4-second violation.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Bulls have gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Ball, a screen on Wagner. Wagner against Giddey. And it's Wagner with the rebound.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration, even for a nanosecond.
Bitadze can't hit. Chicago has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Vucevic the pass to Williams. Ball with it. Picked up by Suggs. Ball no good.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Taken away by Williams. Ball against Suggs. Pass to Vucevic. Now Booz Ellis. Double team on Williams. 5 on the clock. And the slam by Williams. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
They set the pick. Banchero kicks to Wagner. Pass to Bitadze. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
Boy, they showed no hesitation on the mid-range game as well. I thought that was really a big key for them.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
4th personal foul. 2nd team foul.
There's 1:59 left in the game. Vucevic is screen on out. Pass to Vucevic. Launches a three. Hits it from three-point range.
And Vucevic is just a gamer. Somebody who accepts the responsibility of coming up big when his team needs him.
And here is Howard. Back to Suggs. Clock at 6. Stolen by Ball. Drives to the hoop. And that'll be 2 free throws. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated.
5th personal foul. 13 foul.
Some of the more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And I love going to Giddey there at 6'8" with his skill. Josh can get that one off anytime he wants.
Stolen by Ball.
First personal foul.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
At the line for Chicago, Nikola Vucevic.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
And really just a great rhythm at the line, whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Suggs against Ball. Pass to Giddey. Outside Williams. Vucevic is screen on Banchero. Williams dishes to Vucevic. Off with the layup. And it's the Magic's ball. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Kicks it out to Banchero. They get the rebound. Bijadze. Oh, missed it. And another shot. It falls!
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Outside, Ball. Buzella sets a screen for Ball. Misses the tray. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had.